fixing his bike. in a game of football, no one knows who. Genuinely so, no one knows. Yeah, I think we have. What the fuck was that? Like for real? How can they call me from a phone without a SIM card? But I think the sound is back. I think the sound is back. But yeah, so the kickoff is about to take place in the next chapter, which is quite insane, you know. And I'm ready for it. But today I'm just had a time to think about the lineup of Blue Lock, which is insane. Trust me, guys. Like at first value, you might think that ego is just doing something, but nah, ego had it right to the point. Doc. Yeah, the sound is back. Thank you for sticking around at Soul Muhammad, Doc. I'm sure that that must have took a lot. Thank you very guys for sticking around. But when you look at the lineup for Blue Lock, you know, it's quite fit for the event. I don't wanna lie. Like when you look at Rio Mikage as the Bailey of yeah from Morocco, that's great. Chief. Like talking from someone's from Morocco and I'm from South Africa. That's a W there. W. So we have Jean Gagamaru for the starting lineup. Starting lineup is quite packed. With Gagamaru in the first game, you must rest assured that you will get the most from the boys, you know, because Gagamaru will not be having that weak defense from Bastet Munchain, whereby they needed Isagi to save them from every attack. This time, Gagamaru will have a strong defense. Like Oliver Aiku doesn't let any attack pass through him. Like it doesn't. Loki is from Africa. Yeah, Loki is from Africa, dog, but he doesn't represent Africa, so we don't care about that fucking egoist as Africa. If there are players such as Kylian Mbappe and Yolamin Yamal, you know, it's common even in football, your Saka, but it's fine, you know, it's their own careers and their own decisions. But it's common that people from Africa play for foreign countries. But let's focus on the starting lineup. Like I need to just focus on the starting lineup right now. But the starting lineup with Gagamaru won't be alone, you know, because when you look at the core defense of Blue Lock this time, it is the Italy Ubers, but without Don Lorenzo, you know. So my my question was, how do you replace a player like Don Lorenzo? Because Don Lorenzo was a Liberian, you know. Don Lorenzo could do certain things on the defense that could help Aiku, Ariu, and Niku in a sense, you know. like having Chikiri and Hiyori there as a defense, I feel like it's more of a decoy because the boys will be attacking more than they need to. Trust me, because with Gagamaru, with Aiku, with Aryu and Niku as the core defense of the team, you know, because they have to alternate. We got Nigerian Nuclear before GTA 6. GTA 6 ain't coming anytime soon. But the Nigerians will be having a very, very hard time because as we remember the philosophy of Block, it's a ultra attacking team, you know. And when you look at it, Aiku is a attacking defender. Aiku is a attacking defender. Then you look at Chikiri. Chikiri is also a attacking defender. And the way they positioned Hiyori, if Hiyori didn't learn a thing from the way Isagi was defending, I think Hiyori needs to be benched. If Hiyori gets folded in the next few chapters, if they use Hiyori as a passage or as a gateway, Hiyori needs to be benched. Because the position is in is very vital because he will be attacking and defending at the very same time. Which I think it was the position that Hiyori played in the match against what you call this team against Japan when it was the final selection, I think. But why is Chikiri on the right side? I think Chikiri is on the right side because of his golden zone, you know. Because of his golden zone. I think Ego must have put him on something else so that he can make sure that he gets the best out of him. Chikiri should play at left side. But you know, there's an advantage when a left player plays on the right side. You know, there's a lot you can do. There's a very lot you can do. And when you look at it, the team that Chikiri is playing on, it doesn't depend on crosses. You know, you cannot count on who Isagi to beg a cross. It's impossible. Isagi needs the ball to the feet, dog. You know, so you need you need balls that will go low. You need plays that will allow Chikiri to devour Isagi and Ren because Chikiri is not just a defender. Deep down, you know that Chikiri is still a striker, no matter how they might change. I don't care what position you put Chikiri in, but Chikiri will still have the position to devour both Isagi and Rin. So the way this formation is positioned, I think it allows Chikiri to be more influential on the game than Hiyori. But the thing is, will the cheetah be able to run 90 minutes? Because we know that Chikiri has his own injuries that will nerf him in this tournament. You know. But the baseline of the Bullock defense, when you look at Ari with his reach, you know, that boy can reach I think he will just bring the ball up. Not only bring the ball up there, you know, because when you look at Chikiri's situation right now, when Chikiri brings the ball up, he needs to bury it in the net. That's how Chikiri plays. It's only when he goes up or when Chikiri attacks, it's only when the conditions allow his golden formula. That's Chikiri's play style, you know. Chikiri won't attack unless he buries the ball or he makes an important play because he's not only a player that will shoot at just side. Nah, Chikiri is also a calm player. He can think. But Hiyori in that position, it will be a very, very dangerous thing to do because knowing that Rain has copied Isagi, you know, those hotlines will be more important from Hiyori and Ryo because Hiyori, Ryo, and Karas will have a very, very deep role when it comes to this. Hiyori needs to help more in the middle field than in the offense because when you look at the offense is fine. You have three of the top five there. You don't need anything more in Blue Lock's offense. You know, it's just that you need to balance the scales because if Chikiri is going up with his speed, that's one attack. And then when you have Bachira with his dribbling, you have Rin with everything that you can imagine. If Japan win against Nigeria, the last minute Isagi will do goal at last minute and drop the N word. Nah, that's wild. That's wild. But I don't think that would be a scenario, no, because although Isagi might be the goat of the last minute goals, I feel like Isagi won't make it to the end of the match. There's no way Isagi is playing full match in this game. There is no way. Ed Soul is laughing. What the fuck? That is diabolical, dog. That is diabolical. You need to get arrested, Muhammad, for that. But when you look at Isagi, Isagi won't play till the final whistle. Even rain, like there's no reason for them to play till the final whistle. And Rio too, yeah, they won't because you have to remember that in the current stage of football there are five substitutes. You know, five substitutes. Isagi will score the last minute goal. I think Isagi will score the last minute goal maybe against France or teams like that because I don't think right now we have to be on Isagi's dick that much. Isagi has real competition, guys. Don't you dare underestimate the other blue lock strikers there because you still have Bachira. Bachira can score a golazo from any point and any time. You know, Bachira is more of a dangerous striker than Isagi. So if Isagi scores the last minute goal, it would be insane because you have Shidou on the bench. You are telling me that Shidou will stay on the bench the whole match? Hey, it will be a little repetitive. Yeah, dog. It will be repetitive as shit. So we have to see that other strikers have the qualities that Isagi has. Because it can't be Isagi only that can sniff out goals from for the last minute now. Baru also is on the bench, you know. So there's a lot of firepower on the bench. You still have Yukimiya, you have a lot of aces, and imagine you have both jokers on the bench. You know, this is one aspect of football that ego always drives in because ego right now has on the bench. You know, imagine if Baru on the bench, yeah, Baru is on the bench for the starting match. You know, which is it's understandable, dog. You can't choose your aces or at the same time. Nah, you can't choose your aces at the same time. So when you look at what Ego did, if Ego were to maybe get maybe two down, I think Ego might sub in Shido and Baru at the same time and switch to a 4-3-3 position or something like that. I don't read the manga. Oh, bruh. If you don't read the manga, this is a spoiler for you, Nagi. You don't want to know what's happening to Nagi right now. So should we inform the crew what's happening with Nagi? No, that's what I shouldn't. That's what I didn't expect. Should we tell the brood about Nagi and his current situation? Bro is like, shh, don't tell him. Nah, I think that's why. Because let's not let's not spoil him, you know. But with what's happening, like you have a lot of firepower in Blue Lock, a lot of firepower which can be used as strikers. You know. But the Nagi law is insane, dog. The Nagi law is insane. Not gonna tell. Yeah. What about Kunigami? Kunigami is also in the defense. Wow. So one thing we forgot to take into consideration is Kunigami because the wild card is a dark horse right now. We don't know what position Kunigami plays, but I know that Kunigami as a striker would go hard. Kunigami as a striker, Kunigami on defense. Yes, if you are facing maybe an Iglias Bani type of strike, you know, like Like it is insane what Kunigami can do. Kunigami can put strikers on lockdown, which is quite a dope thing. But I don't think we should subject our boy to such low standards, though. If we need him on defense, yeah, but I think when the defense situation gets a little bit desperate, we can drop Rio because Rio can bring a lot of creativity in the middle field, and he has already copied all the 23 players in block. So Rio is a perfect sub for everyone. Nagi, don't get depressed, dog. Nagi, don't get depressed. Yo, guys, you depressed, Nagi. What about Isagi? Isagi, dog. Isagi is still the coach. You can't have Isagi. Isagi is just that egoist. Because Isaac right now is the number one of Blue Lock, the second number one. Ed Soul is laughing, and so you can't laugh at this situation. This is so depressing. If Japan versus Nigeria, Nigeria would slap Japan. Like Japan is overpowered, dog. If you look at this game in football terms, Japan is overpowered. Japan is so cooking right now because Japan has the perfect attack system right now. Like when I talk about the perfect attack system, the three center backs won't move, dog. Aiku won't move unless he has Hiyori and Chikiri on the defense, and he knows that there are four people left behind. Aiku is that type of player. What about Japan versus Portugal? Japan versus Portugal would be a tough one, dog, because Portugal is also a country of prodigies. And if you think that Portugal doesn't have maybe a new gen player, that's a bad idea. It might have even two. Portugal would be insane. Portugal versus Japan would go insane, dog. It would go insane. Win Portugal. Bruh, the problem is with with what ego made right now, guys. The problem is not the situation is not how you beat the Blue Lock team. How do you beat ego? Like, tell me how you will beat ego. Is there a coach out there who is coaching the U-20 teams that will beat ego? What about Brazil versus Nigeria? That will be uh, that will be that would be Bachira's role. If there is Brazil versus Nigeria, or it's Brazil versus Nigeria, Nigeria won't stand a chance. Brazil is just that good when it comes to young talent. Ronaldo play at the U-20 World Cup, nah. But even though Ronaldo is not playing, I think we will get a player like Guanacho or something like that. Because Guanacho tries to imitate Cristiano Ronaldo. So even though we don't get a Cristiano Ronaldo, but a Guanacho type of vibes, I don't know. But it's crazy the creativity that the Blue Lock team is coming up with. Not having to copy any professional footballs or any upcoming football players. Morocco beats Brazil in a friendly 2-1. Morocco is quite good when it comes to football because you look at Egypt, Algeria, your competition up the north is quite tense. Cote d'Ivoire, you have all the competition when it comes to Morocco. So the Moroccan football is quite dope. It's quite dope because you look at your Al Hali, you know, Morocco was the first Qatar or the first Qatar before Qatar. They are kings of Africa. Yeah, right now Morocco they are kings of Africa, no doubt, without a doubt. But the type of play that Morocco brought to the World Cup, dog, it was just insane. They were ready to destroy each and every team. It's just that they were lacking a midfielder and a striker dog. But do you think we'll see more of African teams in the Blue Lock tournament, or will they be just wiped out by then? Because it will be quite the tournament, dog. When you look at the teams that are there, Spain is one of the craziest teams because if you think of it, Bani might not even make it to the U-20 World Cup. South Africa versus Nigeria, who will win? Nigeria always. So South Africa has talent, but Nigeria has next level talent. Nigeria has world class talent. I don't wanna lie. My country does cook when it comes to football, but ain't no way, bro. That's why that it's quite possible that Nigeria has a strong team and it will give Blue Lock quite the run for its money. Because when you look at a player like Karasu, Karasu has a lot of work to do. I won't lie. Is it a lot with the defense that he has? It just seems like Aiku doesn't need to play here. Am I the only one who feels like Aiku is in the wrong position? You can't have Aiku playing in this tournament. Aiku is quite the monster already. And you have Aiku with his boys Nico and Aryu. Ah, so how will you beat Nigeria? Or how will you beat Blue Lock right now? That's the question. The question is how do you beat Blue Lock? How do you beat the plans that Ego has? Because Ego must have 10 systems with Blue Lock right now. Knowing Ego as him, because there are a lot of players out of the roster. You know, we still have another speedster on the bench, which is the dumb guy. I forgot his name from PXG. You know, Ego Ego has a lot of contingency plans, dog. Ego has two players that are ambidextrous. You know, Pele or Ronaldo. Bruh, I'll pick Ronaldo. You know, I've never seen Pele play football, dog. I've never seen Pele play football, and I won't lie. If you think that the players that were playing football 10 or 20 years ago could still take on players of this generation, it's just diabolical, dog. I feel like football gets difficult every time. Every year, football gets difficult. He won 3 World Cups. Yeah, we understand that fact. It's because he's from Brazil, dog. You know, when you go to a World Cup, everyone always has Brazil as their favorites. I don't know if I'm lying. Even the U20, the ones we are just talking about for Blue Lock, the most fearsome team is what is Brazil and Spain. You know, those are the top football teams in the world. So you can't compare those teams with other teams, dog. When it comes to young talent, how many Brazilian talents are? But he will win the 2026 World Cup. Who? Cristiano Ronaldo? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Like I feel like the loss of Diogo Jota took a serious toll on Portugal. Diogo Jota will forever be missed, and his gap will be generational. Dog. RIP to Diego Jota. RIP to Diego Jota. That man was a gold still. You know, like Diego Jota had a very big role in that team. Morocco wins easy against Nigeria. Yeah, Morocco the goats. RIP Jota, please. To the legends. That guy was too young to do that. Was too young. It's so strange when football players die, dog. It's fine when we hear that movie actors have died or anything like that, but hearing that a football player has died, my Polar Nugget just sold my soul. Here are the Nugget spoilers. The Nugget spoilers with Oratile. Where's Nagi? Nagi, Oratile is here to save you. Freddy, what do you think wins, Nigeria or Morocco? Morocco, bruh. Morocco wins. But 2022 Morocco, not this time Morocco, because Morocco was beaten by South Africa, dog. I think that Morocco took a very bad transgression, or it took a very decline, a deep decline. Nike sold his soul, but do you think it will work? But I feel like Baratsuda is straight, dog. Do, do you feel me? Messi or Pele? Messi, dog. Messi would win. Messi is the only player that started the defending of. Messi needed to be defended like rugby. But Nagi sold his soul, and I feel like Baratsuda got tricked, because if the two spots have been taken, I think like Ego has one more player in his plan to take down Baratsuda. Ronaldo is the goat. Like at Soul, we've been watching Blue Lock, and you know football has been explained more differently from Blue Lock. Now we understand that there are maybe Cristiano Ronaldo might be the best striker in football history, but Messi is the best football player to ever exist, followed by Neymar. Because your name is not Ed Soul, but that's what's written there. It's Ed Soul. That's the problem. Is the age silent or what? Nike is like, nah. So Nike, you believe that Ronaldo is the best football player to ever exist? Watch, it's gonna be Kira. I knew he was gonna come back from when he first went out of Bullock. I think Kira, we will see a very sad story where Kira gets destroyed by Nagi and Mishap. Those boys will devour Kira. Like Kira will understand that Blue Lock is not an environment for him. You know, I might understand the fact that Kira will get a professional offer, but I don't think Kira will make it to. Right now, am I number 3? Now you're number 1, Doc, because you've been here on this stream from the moment. But Oratile, it seems like Oratile has the geological advantage since he's from South Africa. I don't know. I dead fast. Mohammed, what's wrong now? Why die now? Why die now on stream? Why die during stream? But W stream, guys, like, uh, I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but there are TikTok trends whereby people are like, we stream to 0 viewers, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know that shit. Streaming to 0 viewers. Maybe it's because I'm an anime fan or something like that, or I stream with the anime community. But do you think we get tap football in Blue Lock? Do you think we will go? I don't think we will go that far, you know, because I feel like another Blue Lock experiment is possible. Instead of instead of a a club football league, club football, something like that. I think we might get another Blue Lock, because as much as Isagi is going or living in a sense like that, there's the next generation that Ego needs to take care of. Like if Ego wins this World Cup, I truly believe that Nagi is the best character. Alberto, what's wrong? Why come with the fight now? Because Nagi is not even one of the best characters in Pillock. Like guys, we've not seen all of the characters that are being cooked. Like I really think like Sai is my favorite. Me too, dog. Sai is my favorite, but every time I feel like Rio Mikage, dog, is my favorite is Rio right now. If Rio unlocks Meta Vision fully, I think he will, because if he's working with Isagi will tell him that, bruh, you once I saw you use this type of vision. Why aren't you using it now? Because that's setting us back, you know. I think if Isagi gets the chance, he will tell Rio to lock in. Think about it. The setup with Noah still being the best, someone needs to take the throne from him, and that happens in the Blue Locks Champions League. So the Blue Locks Champions League, what's so tricky about football is that football is not predictable, you know. So creating a storyline with different leagues, you know. It's not, even if Baru goes to Italy Ubers, you know, it's not possible that Italy Ubers will win. Nah, dog. The Serie A league is very tight. You know, even the La Liga, dog. La Liga, it can happen that Barcelona doesn't make it to the Champions League. That's football. So I think if they spread out the players that much, it will be bad. If we will have a World Cup, let's just do a time skip. And then maybe in the time skip they can include, you know, Rio has meta vision. Yes, dog. Rio has meta vision. Think about it. Think about it. It's like the new world from One Piece. You know, if Blue Lock authors, you know, or Adila take this further than it is right now, dog, it will be insane. I won't lie. Brazil will win the U-20 World Cup. I think if we face Brazil in the final, I think Pachira will go out as the best player in the tournament. If we face Brazil in the final, like we have each and every measure to take down the best footballing nations. Thank you for the likes, chance. The interaction is quite insane. But if Brazil were to be an opponent, brah, you're a Brazilian. Yeah, dog. But don't forget that Lavinho made a monster, dog. Lavinho made a monster in Japan. Lavinho made sure to leave a monster from block, you know. Ed. How do I add someone? I don't know how to do things like that. But like Lavinho made sure to, he didn't teach anyone, but it's just the principles that were adapted from Lavinho, you know. It was dope what he did for who's this guy? For Bachira. Bachira has it good. And Bachira, it will be his time to prove himself if he faces against Brazil. Really, you need to do a stream playing a game. Yo, dog, I need to buy a PC. You feel me? So I don't know. If this was Switch, maybe I could have get some subs, yeah, and some donations. But we can run a charity, most, you know. We can do some charity things. But I would like to buy a PC because this old box of mine doesn't allow me to do such things. I need a new PC. Yeah, it does. Add you. I can't add Soul, bro. Like I really can't. You know, if there was a way to maybe, if there was a way to add people. Let me see. You see here it says add as moderator. How do you use it's like I don't have the options to add people. I think maybe add, you know. But there was one person who told me about a Discord, you know. My name Rip Edson. Is the H silent or something? Because you know when there's H in a word, H becomes difficult. H becomes a very difficult term. Like if you put H in any word, it becomes very complicated. But niggas are complaining about being added. So Quran is a Brazilian. You are a Brazilian from the favela. So how good is the football right there? Let's talk about Brazil. Is it as good as it seems? Because it seems like in South America, football is on a different level. I have, mm, I have 10K, 12K. You have 12K subscribers. Like, how the fuck do people get these subscribers? Huh? Tell me, you guys. How do people get these subscribers? I also want them subs. You know, I also want subscribers. You guys need to tell me how to get subscribers because this is insane. Bro, my dad is Brazilian and my mom is what's that flag? You know, the world is very big, dog. How do I get into your channel? Like, I need to view your channel there. Something like I can't, you know, I can't do anything over here. I don't know why. I'm incapable of doing something good when it comes to this. Goal bound. So, what real life time do you think Isagi would fit? What real life team would Isagi fit in right now? I think the best team Isagi would fit in right now is Real Madrid. You know, Real Madrid is so as it needs someone that will devour everybody there. I don't wanna lie. I think Isagi would put Mbappe and your Jude Bellingham in the correct in the correct lines, you know, because those boys are just doing things you don't understand right now. Those boys need to understand that Mbappe is the best player to ever play football. W YouTuber, W streamer, W balls, W G's, W, you know. What do you think about players who are good playing in the U20, i.e. low key? I'm not feeling it. I feel like Loki needs to be dragged down to the mud. I think like you see, if Loki is coming, then Bunny needs to come down. Then Bunny needs to come. But W to the chat. W Bunny needs to be there. If Bunny is there, everything would be quite quite a spectacle. Because I don't think Itoshi Sai would be happy coming to the U20 tournament and then who is faster, Loki or Mbappe? Mbappe Mbappe is a representation of Loki, so we can't say anything about that. You know, Mbappe is just a representation of Loki. And Blue Lock, but Blue Lock, but it's the same presentation, you know, because but I think like the Loki and Blue Lock, it doesn't do Mbappe justice because did you see Mbappe from the 2022 World Cup, bro? Mbappe versus Messi, final World Cup. I almost died that day because if you blink, it's a goal. Who scored? Kylian Mbappe. You know, dreams were fading that time. Like I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie. So I think the low key is maybe a presentation of Mbappe when he was maybe young and maybe still immature. But Mbappe is quite the best player. Mbappe almost made Messi die in that match. Messi almost had a stroke or something like that. But Loki is in deep trouble, guys. Because if Loki is coming to this tournament right now as he is with the ego he has, because Loki thinks he's on the top of the football world. That brat, you know. And I know Bunny hates that shit. So if Loki is dead as coming to the U20, but I don't think Loki would be training Charles without coming there. And it is confirmed that Loki is coming, right? I think we saw a presentation of Loki in the Blue Lock U-20 promotion or something like that. So I think next year, what's so boring is that we will see the France versus Japan maybe next year February, because the chapters of Blue Lock be taking some time. Though. It will be a very very long while before we see the Loki and Rin match. But I think Rin needs to devour Loki completely. No, if it's a battle against geniuses, it will be Rin versus Loki. And I would really like if it's a game whereby Blue Lock can eliminate France. No. If France has a hard time winning, maybe or getting 6 points, who will win in a match versus Brazil or Japan? 7-0 Japan loss. No, maybe in the real football world, because when you speak of the real football world, I think it will be fine when you think of that. What I mean is Loki is too up for the U-20 right now because Noah said Loki is the closest to him, which is why I don't like it. It's like 2018 Mbappe still playing. Yeah, I feel you. I feel the scale you're putting right there. I feel the scale you're putting right there. But this is this might be the last time we get to see Loki. You know, don't forget about that. This might be the very very last time to get Loki because when you look at it, I just hope they don't make that the last game of Blue Lock, just like our Ash. That just made me think of something depressing. But France and Japan, it will be a very important match because we have players like Isagi. Isagi needs to destroy Loki. He needs to destroy Loki fully. Otherwise, he won't be an MC kind of character. You know, if Isagi doesn't destroy Loki, it won't be Blue Lock. I won't enjoy Blue Lock. I won't. So I wish Isagi beats Loki. Not even in terms of speed because that's impossible. But only if Isagi can beat Loki in terms of goals. Because we saw the terror that Loki would put Michael Kaiser and Isagi in. I just want to see if Isagi can go full match with Loki. Can his brain keep up? Can he come up with solutions that were never thought of before? I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I think football is best like that because if football didn't have players like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, I think it would be Aiku or Isagi. Bruh, I think Aiku is a better character, dog. Aiku is dope. The captain of Blue Lock, the captain of Blue Lock, dog, I think is dope. W or Adil, you know. Because, when you look at Aiku, bear in mind, we've never seen Aiku score goals. And if you damn think that Aiku will come back with the same downfall to him, ain't no way. This is Blue Lock. Aiku has played with the best strikers when it comes to Japan. If his maybe striking dreams or striking will is still there, I think Aiku will be scoring tons and tons of goals from corners to set pieces. Like Aiku will be one of the best players in this tournament. Me and Nagi are doing a 1v1 in a game. A 1v1 in a game. These niggas are leaving me out like that. What the fuck? But go enjoy it, dog. Go lock in that 1v1 game. Bring the results. We wanna see the results. In that 1v1 game, we want to see them results. We wanna see them results. We wanna see the results. But the heck, you guys need to send me your old PCs, by shipping, something like that, because these things are possible nowadays. Anything is possible. But W community, guys. I just appreciate this community because when I scroll down through TikTok and see streamers be like, "Hey, we are streaming to zero viewers," I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know what it is to stream with zero viewers. You know? When for real do you think we see Kaiser? We saw that message already. Even if you delete, we already saw it. It's like WhatsApp GP. It's what like WhatsApp GP or WhatsApp business or something like that. We always see the message. Once you comment, we saw it. We saw it. That's fine. So with what's happening, who is your favorite player in Blue Lock right now? It's Rio Mikage though. It's just Rio. I think Rio will go down as one of the best players ever in Blue Lock. Mine is Kaiser and Lavinho. Lavinho is goated. Lavinho ain't no way. Lavinho is like Ronaldinho and Neymar. You can't. It's like each and every Brazilian that has ever come to kick the ball. They were special, dog, when it comes to how they interact with the ball, dog. Ka, the likes of Kaka, you know. So I think Lavinho was a very good presentation of Brazil and how scary Brazil will be. Because if you have the next generation looking up to Lavinho in Brazil, it will be insane. But it's just funny how Blue Lock has more hype than the actual U-20 tournaments, you know? It's just insane. Like, if you think of the U-20 World Cup, how many of you have ever watched the U-20 World Cup in real life? How many of you have watched the real U-20 World Cups? I, I might tell you, I've never watched half of the tournament, but I'm going to watch the entire U-20 block tournament. Yeah, type. Kaiser got slapped by Isagi. How do you let someone from Japan do speciality better than you? I don't rate Kaiser. Bruh, me, I rate Kaiser. Kaiser for me is the GOAT, you know. Because without Kaiser, I think it would have taken Isagi 10 years to develop. I swear they're so good. Bruh. We have to see. We have to see, dog. But in real life, do you really watch the World Cup in real life? Join me in Blue Lock Rivals. What is Blue Lock Rivals? You guys live in a different environment from me. Like this guys, like is hell no. Morocco would not win. The competition is in Africa is very much insane. I love the fact that we are one of the most football loving continents. And when you think of it, we come second to Brazil. Only Brazil is better than us when it comes to football. The whole of Africa, dog, it's only Brazil that's better in terms of natural talent and all of that. Join me and Nagi. But how do I join you guys? Why don't you send me an invite? You know? Where are you guys streaming at right now? Who is joining who? Where are you and Nagi actually? These guys are depressing me. I don't need some depression shit right now. A lot is going on right now. But W anime community, dog. W anime community. Like, look at this. Who's on my recommendations? The man himself, Jimpachi. Yeah. This man is a real threat, guys. Like we need to understand that ego is a threat. But like this chat is very much corrupt. This chat has taken me out of context. If you look at the title of the stream and what we are talking about, it's totally different. But who do you think, guys, should be the next sub when it comes to this game? Because in kickoff right now, the likes of Baru is on the bench, the likes of Shidou is on the bench. So, in terms of Shidou and Baru, who do you sub in? Do you look at the situation first, or you just you just sub them both in? What would you do if you were Ego right now? What would them niggas do if they were in Ego's position? Because when you look at it right now, they are both physical monsters. If if Nigeria wants to play this physical, Baro easy. You would start with Baro, dog. Not the number three. But I understand why you say that. Play Roblox. I can't play anything. But Baru is just the quality peak when it comes to striking. But I feel like Baru has his own team designed for Baru. Do you understand what I'm saying? Cosmo-san. Hi, I'm Nati. Hi, Cosmo. Cosmo still remembers my previous my previous tag or my previous title or something like that. W Cosmo. But I feel like Baru has his own team because you can't build a team around Shido and Rin. Those guys are total monsters. The Nigerian Ukimia will cook Baru. Bruh, if you remember Baru's training, Baru went to the NFL football, the football ball from rugby, the one with the Super Bowl where you wear a helmet. Baru went there for physicality training, dog. So if Baru was a physical monster before, try him now, you know. Try him now because I feel like Baru will be carrying defenders on his shoulders. Same as Shido and Rin. If you try to carry Rin, Rin will shoot from the air. Rin is no problem. But Shido and Baru are just physical monsters. That's why I'm saying if Nigeria plays a physical game against Isagi, they don't know the monsters that will be on the bench. Because Baru coming in for Isagi in terms of physical, even playmaking right now, I know. But what's insane? But Shido got a team centered around him, PXG. Yeah, a team can be put around Shido, but you have to understand Shido is a genius. And if you wanna build a team or put a team on standards, me and Edsol 2v1. If you put maybe if you put a standard like that of Shido and Baru, Shido and Rin, the team won't keep up, dog. Sai is not here. I think you can only build a team around Rin and Shido when Sai arrives, dog. I don't think the boys are ready for the type of ego that Rin has. You know, bro, sim eating. Blue Lock Rivals is a Blue Lock game on Roblox. Blue Lock Rival is a game on Roblox. Maybe I'll download it after stream, but me, my country has load shedding. Oratile would back me up on that. I'm expecting load shedding on the upcoming 2 hours. I won't have electricity at all until I will try the games. Don't worry, like I need to buy a PC, guys. I need to buy a PC, even if I need to go out and rob people out there. But I can't because even now, when I try to share a screen, the stream will block. Just sharing the screen right now, sharing a screen will be very difficult. I can't even react to other YouTube videos, maybe other YouTube content creators. rob people. Yeah, dog. If it needs to get done, it gets done. Ed Muhammad is up for the game. He's up for the game. But it is insane what Shidou and Rin can do. Bro. You know, when you look at it, Shidou and Rin are the top of the crop when it comes to strikers. They're top of the cream. Ain't no way, ain't no doubt, you know. But when you look at how the team is, you cannot expect Yukimiya to keep up with Ren at his best. Nah, nah. I think you need players that will be capable of adapting to Ren's plays like Sai for the players to not look. Kozomi-san, I've been great, G. I've been great. You know. As you can see, the growth is there. We have a lot of people in the comment section right now than we used to have. You know. 8 likes. You know, it was a dream before that this kind of engagement. But right now, it's a wholesome moment. If I had tears, I could cry. Doc. I would really really cry because I probably assumed that this stream had hundreds and hundreds of viewers, hundreds and hundreds of viewers. You know, it rivals yesterday because yesterday I did 2 streams, Doc. Yesterday I did two streams. You know, when I did 2 streams like this, it was One Piece and Blue Lock. But this stream only is rivaling both of those streams, which is quite insane. I went play touch football. Me guys, my real dream is this one. My real dream is this one. When it comes to facts deep down, like when it comes to facts deep down, my real dream is this. I do like gaming, but I will spend most of my times outside. But yeah, but your bachelor edit was fire. Thank you, Edsol. I saw you. You saw it. You got 2 footballs. I only have one. I only have one. But when it comes to my dream, I won't be spending time in the house gaming now. I will spend more time outside playing real football. RL streams. A Blue Lock fan hits the streets in Africa. Like playing 5v5 games. Maybe get a proper team because right now I'm trying to get my fitness back. I'm trying to get my fitness back. Yeah. But I want to do streams where I score real goals. Real goals. Like not something we do in games. Nah. I just wanna do real goals. The freaky boys. This is so wholesome. She everyone of us has a dream at the end of the day. I know that much when it comes to anime boys. We all have a dream. We all have a dream, but I really want to focus on going outside. But going outside is just insane because I need to buy a phone, I need to buy a PC. So let's talk about it. Which one is more important, like a PC or a RL? Yeah, IRL toolkit, something like that. Why are you talking about the sassiest Blue Lock player? Like it's just insane. Like what I've realized is that other pros in the comment section are doing something else. I think this is a chat for 2 things. I think it's the chat for the Roblox game and the stream that I'm doing, which is insane. It is insane. Quite a top fact that people are making friends on this platform. It's just dope. Like people are just making interactions and bonding with others from this platform. That's a great thing. But you boys are gaming, into gaming. But I won't be doing a lot of gaming unless it's at night. At night I might do gaming. But this is the dream. This is the dream to be one of the best footballers or the street footballer. Even though I won't make it back to professional football, play cricket. I play cricket. I do gaming sometimes. Cricket is quite a great sport, and it's favored in here in South Africa. Cricket is in South Africa. Okay, after all, we are World Cup winners, so to love cricket, you need to do reactions to anime. One thing I hate about reactions to anime is just that, like, did you see Solo Leveling? Yeah, I did see Solo Leveling. I did see Solo Leveling. I think it's quite great, Solo Leveling, but it has a long way to go, because right now it's on break. It's just that these days the inconsistencies between the anime, dog, it's just insane. What anime didn't you see? There are a lot of animes I didn't watch, to be honest with you, but I've been on the blog because I think it's my 4 years watching anime. Hunter x Hunter I did till the end. Solo Leveling is not coming back anytime soon. You see, that's what's boring. That you have great animes and they just get folded like that. The best thing about Blue Lock is that they drop each and every week. They drop the chapter each and every week. Like it's light work. I'm still surprised at what the authors of Blue Lock are capable of. Incredible anime, Hunter x Hunter. Dope, 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 dope. Because till the end it was consistent, dog, it was consistent. No rush, no nothing, but it was just consistent. And talking about Hunter x Hunter, I just think about Kurapika. Ah, the chain user. Ah, I'm telling you. Is Kurapika a girl or a guy? Are you reading the Hunter manga? Is there a manga for Hunter Hunter? I'm not sure. But me, I finished the Hunter where Gon was with his father in the trees or something like that. That that was Hunter x Hunter has a manga. Like, ain't no way, guys. I need to check that out. I really need to check that out. What's the manga right now? Is it the continuation of the previous one, or what the heck? Hunter x Hunter manga. Okay, Viz Media. Let's go. Yeah, there are like 2 arcs after the anime ends. What? You guys tell me that you are lying. You've been enjoying Hunter X. What? But here it says that the latest. Oh my god. The latest chapter dropped December 2024. Like, what is this? I must have been after you used deal card. You've stopped shuffle. I don't even know the characters who are shown here. Is this Kurapika? Brian, no way. No, this is no Kurapika. She doesn't have the aura, this one. Who the fuck are these people? What is going on in Hunter? Guys, before the Dark Continent begins, anyway, when did we get to the Dark Continent arc? Because did you see Killua and his sister again? What's happening? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who the fuck? Cheers, Jesus thingy on her head. No, don't laugh, Cheers. Why are you laughing? Whether you level up or not is up to you. When did you stop leveling up in Hunter x Hunter? Stop spoiling yourself. Bro, I can't. You guys put me to this. Hey, what's happening? Who the fuck are these people? Okay, what's the agenda here? What's the agenda? What's the agenda? I don't understand. Now there's the ocean in Hunter. Have you ever seen the ocean in Hunter x Hunter? I've never seen the ocean. Are we going on some adventure type shit right now? Because I guess Hunter x Hunter is a your reaction is priceless. My reaction is not priceless. I'm stressed, bro. You don't understand it, so I'm stressed. I'm quite stressed. These niggas have guns. Oh, people have guns in Hunter x Hunter. And what's happening? There's apartheid here now. They're oppressing people with guns now. What happens to the hunters? I thought the hunters knew. Oratile, you're the one who put me in this. Stop laughing, Chi. Oratile, you gave me the stress. And now you're laughing at me. A, a crime scene in Hunter x Hunter. Have I seen a crime scene? An investigation? Whoo! Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck? You back a little. Yeah, stop spoiling yourself. Nah, I can't stop now because I'm that type of guy. I watch spoilers each and every day, guys. You have to understand. Before the chapter comes out, I already know what's happening because I can't wait till the day drops. But I can't even understand what's going on right now. Like, I don't know if anyone can see this, but the fuck is this right now? The military. This nigga has a machine gun. To be continued. Wow. I really, really need to go back and watch Hunter x Hunter. Like, so let me do my research. So, what episode? How should I ask this question? So, what is the chapter of the final episode? Final episode in Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. Okay. It is chapter 338 and 339. So it's about how many chapters? 100 chapters that are there for Hunter x Hunter, waiting to be binge watched. Hmm. Skip to the end. That's what I do all the time. Like I I don't think any movie speak without spoilers. Even as a kid, you got spoiled because you didn't understand Naruto as a kid, but you got spoiled. You saw Naruto, bro. It's because of me that you know about the manga. It's because of you at Soul. I'm stressed now because of you. New series for you and new reactions coming up for Hunter x Hunter. But Hunter x Hunter is a very big, big, big platform. But not like Blue Lock, because I'm sure Blue Lockers are angry right now. Coming in a Blue Lock stream and finding people talking about Hunter x Hunter. That must be the most disrespectful thing to do. We are disrespectful, to be real. But W chat for putting me on. You put me on some real shit, on some real shit. You know. But when is the next chapter dropping? Is it Friday? Is it Friday or Sunday? because the date seems to have shifted. So we are looking forward to a new chapter. So I think this chapter will be an introduction for the Nigerian players. If they get introduced, I think it's with this chapter. I think the first touches the Nigerian players take, we need to know more about them. Sunday, I think, yeah. But the official chapter might drop Sunday, but the spoilers, I'm talking about the spoilers. Me, I can't wait for the spoilers. If you think I'm waiting for the official drop, Nagi says I had a challenge. A challenge to you might not like it, but challenge, bro. Don't come with some freaky ish, yeah, ish. You might get banned, without even getting monetized because we are doing this for a lot of different things. But like people are quite good. So I've seen guys who do edits. Who else does edits? Because anime edits seem to be going hard right now. And I need 1 million views to get monetized. Like, do you know how much insane is that? Edsol is shocked. Is it Edso or Ed? I have edits on my channel. You also do edits. That's dope. I was told to unadd you and add Muhammad as 28. What's going on over there? Can you see my new Shidou edit? Bro, this phone is just. But let me go search your channel, because I can do that. Let me not get lazy. So let me go check out your channel. Like people who do edits, 66 subscribers, we're grinding. Dog. Let me leave a subscription. Let me leave a subscription. The Shidou edit. Ah, this is insane already. This is insane already. W edit, W edit, W edit, W edit. But one edit you can also do at Soul is, do you remember the Van Persie goal? The Van Persie goal. The when was that Van Persie goal in the World Cup? You know, if you do the Van Persie goal and the Charles goal, I think it will hit. The Van Persie goal and the Charles and Shidou goal, where Shidou just hit the ball like that's Van Persie type shit. If you can do that edit, I think you will cook something. Yeah, dog. Like go for when you do TikTok edits or maybe when you do YouTube edits, you should take. But I don't know how to do manga edits. Like manga edits will be you take a screenshot of a panel, and then you just remove the background. That's what I'm going to try now. Just take a screenshot of the panel, just remove the background, and then add a background that has aura or something like that. Because when you look at it, dog, it's not that hard. We just need to take a manga panel, remove the background, and then you have something to do with. You can just take any background panel of a field, a soccer field, or a field that was maybe a blue lock during a blue lock match, something like that. Take a background of that field, remove players, and just take the background. I think that would be good enough, because if you have the actual goal, maybe such as the Van Persie goal, you just have to show the panels. That's what you have to do because the goal is there already. They just need to do the work their imagination. If you cannot imagine it, you're my favorite streamer, dog. Dog. You're my favorite guy who does edits. Except there's another bro who is here, but that one has 1,000 subscribers. That bro also does edits. you know. So I unedit you for the money. Sorry, girl. So Nagi, did you get paid? What the fuck are you saying? Like, how many fans does Nagi have? Let me check. Let me check Nagi. But before I go to Nagi, let's react to a few. Hachira Megure edits. Bro, you're pulling them out of your bag, dog. You're pulling them out of the bag. But it's quite crazy what's happening. But I think with the anime community like this, we can do a lot of things, guys. As many as we are, dog, we are still underrated as fuck. Bachira is my other baller. That's Oratide. Oratide is still around, Chi. Thank you for blessing me with your presence, dog. But Bachira is also my best baller. Bachira is my number two in Blue Lock. No one will take the number two position from Bachira. Bachira is the side character of Blue Lock. If Isagi is the main character, then Bachira is the side character. Thank you, Chi. Thank you, Chi. You know, I'll try to share your channel too because I already subscribed, so I'll get to see you more on my FIP. But Bachira is the goat of Dulab. He, he arrived as a goat, Bachira. Bachira was the first person to awaken Isagi's ego. Like if you look at that, that's insane. Bachira awakening Isagi's ego. It was like ego handpicking Isagi out of all strikers. You know? The first monster Bachira saw was Isagi. W block. You know? Mohammed, I feel like you've been doing some corruption. What kind of corruption are you doing there in the background? Because you guys are up to something with that Roblox. Ed Soul also subbed. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. So, Oratire, what do you do? And you aren't doing anything for now, but no rush, you know. But as a anime community talk, I think we need to stand up, you know. We really need to stand up because there's a lot of content for us. There's a lot of content for us. But Oratira sounds like, oh, Oratile subbed on Edso's channel. W dog, you know. That's how we will grow, gent, you know. But like doing edits of of our channels and like that because getting monetized in YouTube is quite a task. 14 million views on shorts. 14 million views on shorts only. I think that number is insane. You know, that number needs to be reconsidered or something like that because 14 million views is just insane. It feels like winning a lottery, dog, at this point. Getting 14 million views on shorts is like winning a lotto. But with the grind, you know, bit by bit will be there. Bit by bit will be there. So let me go back to the description and try to let Nigeria go. Black people, the best thing you can do is keep growing the community. Community sustains you long term. For real. For real. That's what I also thought as a streamer, you know, coming to the anime side. Your first views of 12K. That's dope. On one shot, on a shot. That's dope. I would have spammed that shot 100 times. But like a community dog is better than hype. Community is better than hype because if we are a community, we have more power than just random strangers there. I think it will be better that way because I also thought about being the biggest streamer in South Africa, and I was like, it would be nice chasing that hype, but what about a community? Community such as the anime community, which is the best. Nigeria will win though. England 3-0. So, Mohammed, you think that Nigeria will beat England? That would be the biggest upset of the tournament. Yeah, because after France, but Nigeria will play France first. So this is really the tournament, the round of death. It's really the round of death. Yeah. It can, yeah, dog. It has the power to absolutely do that. And but the boys look clean, like with the character designs, W character designs for Nigeria, dog. W character design. Bullock has changed football forever. Now Japan faces the national Nigerian. Could we write the egoist era? In this breakdown, I go deep into every Bullock player selected. So, who do you think should get subbed in first? Or who are you expecting to fumble the ball in the Blue Lock starting lineup? If you know who's there, who are you expecting to fumble? They will draw against Japan, lose 5-1, win against England. But if that's the case, that's a very threatening result. If Nigeria draws against Japan and then they lose against Nigeria and then they win against England, they might make it to the semi-finals. With those number of points, they might make it to the finals. Those points you might underestimate them, but 4 points in a group stage is a lot. Is a lot. 4 points is a lot. One win is a lot. So no team affords to lose here in this. I've changed my mind. I think Shidou comes on now that I think about it. Shidou coming on is the best solution because Shidou would be the best bait for the next match because they will try to predict Shidou, but you can't. You can't predict Shidou. Shidou is the most unpredictable player in Bullock. Rin Shido Isagi at the lineup. I feel like Isagi is going to play this game and the France game. I think with England, Isagi won't be playing at all because what's important is squad rotation is important. Each and every player needs to be happy. Each and every striker in Bullock needs to be happy. I'm telling you guys, it will be very much important to see each and every striker rotate. Dog. Like you see right now, Bachira. I feel like Bachira is the only player who is fine playing anywhere. Isagi finna be subbed off. Yeah, Isagi will be subbed off. Isagi needs to get out. Because it's still the beginning of the tournament. Dog. We don't need Isagi to play full game. 60 minutes will be fine for him to gauge. Because I think if Isagi plays 60 minutes and then you add Baru can do everything Isagi was doing. I think Baru is that kind of player that he can devour Isagi's play style and then thrive from that with his own. You know, if Baru can identify the gaps or the type of plays Isagi was trying to do, that's all Baru needs. You know, Baru might not be as smart as Isagi, but once Isagi does a move, Baru can easily catch on. Baru can easily catch on to any move that Isagi pulls down. That's one hype shit. And Sai giving passing at the round of 16. Sai in the round of 16 will be insane, bro. I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie. You see, I actually am interested in the duo of Rin and Sai. How will it pan out, Doc? How will the brothers be? Because the Itoshi brothers are not in good terms right now. We know that the Itoshi brothers are not in so much good terms, but they will need to cook something. They really need to cook something. Shiro needs to play against Nigeria because of their tall players. Yeah, and their physique. Yes, that's true. But the funniest thing is that Baru and Shido, they're both physical monsters. But I think if if you have Rin in the match, you don't need Baru because Rin and Baru both specialize in long range goals. That's Rin and Baru for me. They're long range goals specialists. So if you have Rin on the match, you might as well put in Shido. And then if you have Shido in the match, you might as well put in Baru. That's how I feel because is Isagi ready to deal with Shido right now? That deserves a point. That deserves a point right now. I don't wanna lie. That's that's quite a fair question, and I've never thought of it right now because we already had a we already had a what you call we already saw chemical reactions from Rin and Shido. You know, can Isagi handle Shido? Let's see the results. Let's see the results. Let's see the results because I want to see if people will gaslight Isagi or something like that. Because the last time Isagi played with Shido, no cap, Isagi couldn't handle the boy. Isagi couldn't handle Shido at all in terms of playing. Isagi couldn't understand what type of plays Shido was cooking. No. So the first vote has come in and it's yes. I shared a birthday with Ren. That's insane. It's a 50-50 battle. It's yes and no. Quite as expected, guys. Like it is. Let me put in my thoughts too. You know, 67%. What the fuck? 67%. That's insane. 67% is insane, bro. Because Chido and Isagi, we haven't seen any chemical reaction between them. Like you won't believe that we saw Shido pass to Rin, and we saw Shido willing to work with Rin. September the 9th, Muhammad is having a birthday. You will remember that one because we don't miss anime characters' birthday. They always flood TikTok. But once in my lifetime, I saw Shido pass to Rin. And I saw when Rin defends Isagi, I saw Shido take care of Kaiser. That was insane, bruh. Trust me. That was one of the most hyped chapters I've ever been to. And for a second, I thought that PXG might win. My birthday is 5th July. Mine is the 9th of April. Mine is the 9th of April. But happy, happy how many belated birthday? Yeah, it's 18 days after your birthday. Happy birthday at Solji. Happy birthday. But Isagi and Shido would be one of the most intense duos ever. Even till the end, it was consistent. It was consistent. No, no rush, no nothing. Because I think if W fam, W fam. I just need to shut down, but I can't. I'm back live. That's insane. That's insane. But thank you for the support, you gents. I don't know who's still watching for me, but W stream, gents. W stream. Thank you very much for the support, you gents. Like, I hope we meet on the next stream because I don't know, maybe some recommendations on what to do the next stream. Something not, but something not about maybe games or something because my PC is just a bit bad. But I would like to get some recommendations on what to do on the next streams, you know. But you guys are young. I like the fact that you have big dreams, you know. Just do the most. Chase your dreams to the end. Don't focus on us, old men on the internet. Dog. Go out there, open your books if you need to open your books. Put in the hard work, dog, you know. Put in the hard work, you know. Just do something to better the day for you. Otherwise, W stream chance. Thank you very much.